see if I can lighten this thing up. All right. So as usual, y'all, I'm waiting for niggas. I mean, let me stop cussing. I'm waiting for everyone to get on here because this time this is an important ass message, y'all. Hold on. Gotta fix my little thing for my head. Perfect. Hey y'all. Okay, so I'm excited to do this message, you guys, because this is going to be very important. So, like, when I told you guys that we're going to be discussing like Bible passages and stuff like that, hey y'all, this Bible passage, y'all, oh my goodness. So first of all, let me start off with I guess an intro to this message. Okay, so a couple days ago, y'all, I had a dream. Okay, so remember I told you guys I have like very vivid dreams, and my dreams are very symbolic, right? So, mind you, I had a dream, right? And this dream was based, it was really weird, okay? And it definitely goes exactly with this topic, right? So, the dream, in the dream, basically, it was so weird. It was like two different dreams in one dream. So that's mostly what happens in my dreams. I have multiple dreams in one dream. So the first dream that I had, it was like a linked dream. It was like basically it was almost as if like I opened this doorway, and the door, it was like light. So I kind of seen that as like you stepping into a doorway of, like, you know what I'm saying, light, or illumination of the things that you've been searching for, right? And in this dream, it was so weird. It was like literally, like, I remember I used to work at Wendy's. Before I did this shit, I used to work like at fast food places and shit. It was literally like the people that I work with, I swear, y'all, it was like they just kept reaching over me. It was so weird. Like, as if like it was like you open the door, like you're opening the door to something, but it's like people want a piece, or people were just grabbing that shit, right? Then I go to the kitchen for some reason. Kitchen is nutrition, or kitchen is like nourishment. And I go in the closet, which is a symbolization of the door to me, okay? And literally my stepdad steps in the closet with me, and all of a sudden my mom comes, y'all, and she hands me the keys, kind of as if like, okay, it's almost as if like you have the keys to this door, this enlightenment, right? So, boom, the second dream comes where there is basically this pill that is given to me, right? This pill, I would say that it is some type of love drug, some type of pill, right? I talked about this before in one of my readings, and it was very weird that I had this type of dream, right? So, I was talking about this reader, Bella Sloan, who basically does like readings on dead celebrities, things like that, or people who have passed, who are very influential, right? So I mentioned to you guys that basically she did this one on Aaliyah, and basically she was talking about how R. Kelly had chemically bound them, or they were married because there was some type of chemical bondage that he had put or inserted into her mouth that basically made their souls marry, right? So I knew that in the dream it was a love drug. Like, it was like I'm a Pisces, y'all, so I've taken drugs before. I'm not gonna cap. I don't lie to y'all. So I would think that it was like an EXO or some shit like that, right? Huge ass pill, I swear to God. It was like this big, and it was shaped like a heart, literally, y'all. It was that big, hey, and it was shaped like a heart, right? And I remember in the dream I was thinking like, what the fuck? I'm not finna like eat this whole big ass thing. And so it's like I dropped it, y'all. I swear to God, it was like on some Alice in the Wonderland shit. You know how like I think she dropped the key or some shit, and then like it just kept getting bigger or some shit, or I don't know. But in order for her to get out of the hole, she had to basically make something smaller, or I guess make something make sense, right? So then in the dream, the pill literally turned into like it shrinked like to a like regular size ass pill, right? And then I woke up. So boom, let's get into the message. So Corinthians 7 is the, hey, shout out Toronto. Period. Okay, so Corinthians 7, I'm not gonna be looking at the comments, y'all, because last time I did that shit, I got so off, and this is a very important message. So Corinthians 7 is the marrying of souls. That's what I titled it. That's not what it's called. So here we go, y'all. So it starts off by saying this: it is good for a man not to have sex. Let me start over. It starts like this: is it good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman? Okay, so basically, this is a question that someone may be asking God, right? Then it continues to say, but since sexual immortality is occurring, each man should have sexual relations with his own wife, and each woman with her own husband. Now, now we have to go into what are the definitions. What does marriage mean? What does marrying mean? Now, I looked up these definitions, these terms, right? Because, in the Bible, I say, we talk about how, we're so conformed to certain things. And it's like in the Bible, I always talk about how, the Bible was meant to be read on a higher octave or higher perspective, right? So to me, I feel as if, God is a spiritual being. God is not a human, right? So I feel as if you are, 544, I feel like if you are reading any type of religious text, you need to have that spiritual background as well, mind, body, soul, right? So um I wrote down, there's always two meanings to everything, y'all. So here we go. What does marry mean? Marrying literally means to meet or to fit together, to combine. Okay, a combo or a mixture. So within this passage, I had to make sure that I was getting you guys to understand what the term marriage means. Okay, because I think I've mentioned this before when I was talking about you can be married without being physically married without the paper, right? So this is the ability for souls to combine, right? And so then in a spiritual law, you guys are now married. So now, how does this look? This looks like, say for instance, you break up with someone, you can't stop thinking about them. Say for instance, you're 10,000 miles away from someone and you still feel them like right down there. It's like a soul connection, right? This passage in specific is talking about higher level commitments. So those twin flame relationships, those life partner relationships here. But to me, I'm starting to realize that twin flames, life partners are the same thing, because a twin flame is a highly committed relationship, and so is a life partner. A lot of times we don't even get to our life partners, you guys, because we have those karmic partners that trick us and whoop de whoop, right? So let's continue. Now, so basically, I went through the passages and then I tried to basically decode it as I'm going so that I can kind of help you guys as well. So basically, what I was getting for this part of the passages, if everyone is fucking their own spouse, no infidelity will go on. So if everyone is basically having sex with their marital partner, there will not be any, like, cheating and things like that. Okay, so next, let's keep going. Okay, this is part two. It says the husband should fulfill his marital duty to wife, and likewise wife to husband. The wife does not have authority over her body. Oh, the wife does not have authority over her own body, and neither does the husband. Okay, so to me, this means once souls are married, okay, I think about this as Gemini energy, that high priestess energy, that telepathy that you have with somebody, or that energy that can't be broken, that two of cups energy, okay, that sun and moon energy, that divine masculine, divine feminine energy, okay. So once souls are married, their souls become combined as one, right? Because we talk about how in order to reach this goddess type of energy, you need to be able to marry your souls together, right? Your masculine feminine energies, right? In order for you to vibrate a hella high, right? So of course everyone is not going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be able to reach that euphoria of marrying the two within yourself. So you're going to have that partner that comes into your life, and it's going to be a physical marriage, right, rather than an internal one. Okay, now I also wrote, do not deprive each other. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm reading. Next, let's keep going. It says, do not deprive each other except by mutual consent and for devotion to prayer. Meaning, if you are married, you cannot basically say no. Okay, so it says basically that your body is not your body, because of course if you are combined with someone else, you are now that person. Of course, if you're dealing with a twin flame relationship, a twin flame dynamic, you guys are the same soul, you guys are the same star, right? Technically. Now it continues to say, then come together again so that Satan will not tempt you. So, if you are married, or if you have some type of bondage to somebody else, a soul, a connection that's very strong, you may feel like this is your life partner, your twin flame, whatever, you're highly committed to this person, right? If you are married to this person, and this does not mean in the court of law, this means by souls. Okay, so this is a chemical bondage, whether this be through mouth. So you promise someone, hey, we're going to be together. We're going to do this together. We're going to have a child. Okay, if you have a child with someone, you're automatically married to that person. You have an extension to that person, right? If this person causes you some type of trauma, you have an extension to that person, right? So, boom, keep going. What's up? Okay. So yeah, Satan. What is Satan in this text, y'all? Satan is any other person that is not your marital spouse. All right. Now, here we keep going. It's only 3 parts, y'all, so I'm not gonna be ranting and film. So I wrote down the definition of Satan. Satan is the great adversary, the devil in address. Okay, these are karmic partners. These are people who come in and they basically get your masculine to stop fucking with you and shit like that. Because if you think about it, your divine masculine, divine feminine, you guys are always been together. Like, duh, like even whenever you meet this person, they're still gonna be your divine feminine, divine masculine. So it's like you're forever married to this person. It's the only way I can kind of explain the marriage type of situation. Okay, so I went on. Well, the passage goes on to say, now to the unmarried and widowers, is it good for them to stay unmarried? Okay, let me reread that, y'all. It says, now to the unmarried and widowers, it is good for them to stay unmarried. But if they can't control themselves, they should marry. It is better to marry than to burn with passion. What is passion, right? Passion, you guys, that fire energy. So whenever you read tarot, like if you ever took my tarot classes, I explained fire, passion, like Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Fire can be creativity, but fire can also be sex, right? So whenever I think about marrying, I'm so sorry, this may be a little graphic, but literally dick to pussy action. That's the marrying of literally sexual organs, right? So when they talk about sexual immortality, meaning like, stepping out on your partner or having sex with multiple people, because you guys know that if you let multiple energies within your auric field, you're able, or basically those lower entities, Satan that we just talked about, is able to tempt you, right? Okay. So now, hey sis. Um, yeah. So basically, if you are unmarried, if you're not having sex, or you do not have a spouse, someone that you're having sex with, someone that you have a commitment with, it is okay for you to have sex. It is okay for you to marry dick and pussy together. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the only way I can say it. All right. God does not want you to basically, it says it is better to marry than to burn with passion. I believe that the burn with passion thing is like, resorting to like masturbation and like porn sites and things like that, because we all know that, like, say for instance you're really horny, or I'm sorry, sorry, fuck, say for instance, and you want to do whoop de whoop, but it's better to have sex with an actual person rather than yourself, because you don't know what energies are in the air. You could be having sex with a demon, all the types of shit, y'all. That shit is real. All right. So um yeah, so no forms of adultery. Next, part 3, motherfuckers. To to the married, I give this command: a wife must not separate from her husband, but if she does, she must remain unmarried or else be reconciled to her husband. Now, the reason why I was able to understand this passage so vividly, because I felt as if I was married to someone, y'all, and I was never married to this man. Now, it was almost as if, like, until I learned the lesson of what that relationship was bringing to me, God would always bring this person back to me, no matter how much this person hurt me, treated me like shit. It was almost as if like our souls were married. So it was almost as if, like, I feel like this passage, or sex marriage, is for higher evolved souls, right? Because when you think about marriage, you think about virgins, you think about husband and wife, you think about marriage, marriage potential, people who are, that Queen of Pentacles energy. The Queen of Pentacles is right before the Empress, right? The King of Pentacles is right before the Emperor, right? So you're reaching those elevations where you're ready, right? So it says, so basically from this part of the passage I get, you cannot open your legs to Satan, to the devil, unless it is your husband, right? So it further on to say, to the rest I say this: if any brother has a wife who is not a believer and she is willing to live with him, he must not divorce, and vice versa, for the unbelieving husband has been sanctified by his wife. Meaning, if you are married to a soul, if your souls are married to people, now, I'm gonna be a part two of this, basically to explain how to marry souls, or how to do you even know if you're married to a soul. Okay. This is a form of a curse. This is a form of a spell in some type of way, or an illusion in some type of way here. Okay. But just because it's something that you can't see, it's something of the spiritual essence. All right. But basically this passage to me is saying, like, okay, if you know what I'm saying, your husband does not believe in the spiritual essence, if you do not believe in the spiritual essence, and the other person does, you both have to stay in that commitment till you convert the other person, because people of God, people who are chosen, your job is to spread the gospel, the good news. You understand what I'm saying? So say for instance you have a husband, or you have someone who you're married to soulfully, right, and this person is not a believer, but you are. Your job is to make them a believer, or your job is to plant that seed within them, y'all. Okay. Now, basically, this whole passage goes along with my dream, and it was so weird because, you guys, I read Bible scriptures every day. Like, I'll ask God, like, okay, God, give me, a scripture that is necessary for me to learn, um be aware of today. And yesterday, last night, I got Corinthians 7, and I was just reading it, and I was reading it, and it was so interesting because of that dream that I had about, the marrying of souls. Okay, so in order for you to even marry a soul without, you know what I'm saying, being able to write it down, that's a form of magic, witchcraft of any kind. That's a magician. Okay. So if someone is able to marry you, right, without you having to us going into the court of law, that's a very powerful person, right? So there is also a part two when God talks about virgins, and how like newborn virgins and being tasted by fire. Okay, so like those people who are, it's so much shit, y'all, but I'm just being told to say this one part first, okay, because it's a lot to take in, and people get bored with this type of shit. But this is the message for today, you guys. I really don't have, well, let me read y'all messages. Wow, okay. Prayers to you, Brent. I'll say a prayer for you. Everybody bow their heads, nobody comment, and let's go. God, I ask that you put your hands over Brandon. Ask that you give him the relief, the prosperity, and the abundance that he needs in order to make a full recovery from whatever that he may be going through. I ask that this message touch the people's heart that it needs to touch, and the people that may be married to people who are not of a better essence. I also ask God that you allow enlightenment to fulfill this chat and fulfill these people as they go off of the chat. I ask that you continue to allow us all to be abundant and to all be nourished in the divine light that you hold. In the name of God, the universe, and us all, I pray. Amen. Amen.